Yo, what up everybody? So before we get into today's video, I gotta say right away, if you're an anime only viewer, I highly recommend that you click off of this video. Hopefully the title and the thumbnail didn't spoil you, but with that being said, there's over 75% of the channel that is devoted to non-spoiler content. So I thank you for your support if you accidentally clicked on this video, or if the autoplay took you to this part of the channel, then I once again recommend you click off this video, because we're gonna be going over some major spoilers and some major revelations that happened not only in this chapter of the Boruto manga, but as well as previous chapters. Hopefully the anime covers this stuff sometime this year, but if it doesn't, just know that this is some really important stuff. So with that being said, if you're still here, I'm gonna assume you're completely okay with spoilers. So when I was rereading the Boruto chapter, one thing that really stood out to me is the fact that Naruto right now is projecting himself on a Kawaki. At least that's my interpretation of it, because for Naruto to have that much of a reaction to Kawaki being called a vessel and having his humanity stripped away and being referred to as an object, it made me think about how Naruto and all the other Jinchuriki were essentially treated. And you gotta understand, right now, for everything in all intents and purposes, right now we're in a time of peace. Naruto has fought for this peace. He's fought to put the old way of the ninja world behind him. And yet you have a young child like Kawaki who is essentially growing up the same way that Naruto did. Granted, Naruto had a Biju sealed inside of him, but Kawaki has been taken against his will. Kawaki has been put in a position where he has the karma seal forced on him. Kawaki is being hunted down by Kara, and when you look at all the different parallels and you look at the fact that in chapter 29 you had that bonding moment with Naruto and Kawaki. Hell, if you go back a couple chapters before that, if I'm not mistaken, like chapter 26, I think Naruto's hugging this dude inside of the flower shop. Naruto knows that Kawaki is deeply troubled, and when they're in the Hokage office, or at least when they're in Naruto's office inside of the Uzumaki household, Kawaki's saying, hey, I want to learn that shadow clone jutsu that you were using. I really think that'd be handy. I just want to beat myself up. And that's when Naruto says, like, hey, look man, sit down for a second, let me talk to you real. And Naruto says, hey, I know what it's like to be lonely. That rage you're feeling, that loneliness you're feeling, that emptiness, I've been there. What fills that hole is going to be friendship. What fills that hole is going to have people that care for you. And you can't keep walking around with this rage. You can't keep thinking that you can beat your shadow clones up and the shadow clones are going to take it, that they're going to make you feel better. You can't do that. And what really made me start thinking then and there is like, okay, Kawaki can't use ninjutsu. Are they teasing that he's eventually going to learn it? Well, I think that the stage has been set now. Now that Naruto knows just what Kawaki's dealing with, I think Naruto's going to take the same stance that someone like Tsunade did, which is, okay, well, Naruto's being hunted, so why don't we get him trained, and instead of hiding him like a lot of other villages do, let's get him ready to face the trials and tribulations before him. Let's get him ready to face the belly of the beast, right? And that's essentially where Kawaki is right now. Make no mistake, Naruto's essentially adopted this kid into his household. Kawaki isn't going anywhere. Kawaki's going nowhere. So it makes sense that Naruto takes the time out to train him. Now, I know it's going to trigger some people, because you have some people, they want Sarada to train with Naruto, they want Boruto to train more with them. I think it'd be pretty interesting if Naruto takes a kid who had a similar fate as him and he trains him. And I think that Naruto is probably the best person to teach Kawaki ninjutsu. But this takes us to the future. If you really look at this, if this is the direction that they're getting ready to take, then they are completely setting up the stage for the betrayal of Naruto by Kawaki. Now, I'm not saying this is something like, oh, this is how Kawaki kills Naruto. I'm not saying that. I'm not saying I think that they should kill Naruto. What I am saying though is that we clearly know from chapter 1 of the manga and from episode 1 of the anime that Kawaki does betray Naruto. And if we start seeing more of their relationship, if we see Naruto training Kawaki, if we see him talking to him about how a ninja is one who perseveres, and then we see Kawaki fall off that path, this could be interesting. This could be interesting. And I'm gonna use a Star Wars reference here, but if you really look at it, that's the whole thing with how Obi-Wan was able to take down Anakin. Obi-Wan knew that Anakin had been filled with rage, had been blinded by his emotions and the betrayal, and yet he was able to hold him off and eventually gain the high ground. And we know what happened once that happened. But the thing is, it's like Naruto's a very emotional character. He's very calculating now, but he's still very emotional. And you saw it in the Delta fight. Once Naruto lost his cool, he was still thinking, he was still calculated, but that emotion came out. And I think that having someone who Naruto has shared ramen with, who Naruto has brought into his household, who Naruto's invested so much in, can be the source of his betrayal. I think that we could see Naruto lose his cool for a second, and we don't know how Kawaki steals Naruto away. We don't know how Kawaki potentially kills him. I think that having the flashbacks that are obviously going to take place when this happens, having all of that build up towards this moment, this could be something special. But I want to know what you guys think, and I also want to know if Naruto does train Kawaki. I have two questions for you. One, what type of jutsu would you like Naruto to teach him? And then also, what type of chakra nature would you like Kawaki to have? But as always, guys, if you like anything I had to say, don't forget to comment, rate, subscribe, share. Thank you so much for watching all into the end. Have an incredible day, guys.